First off, let me talk my... Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my... It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it? Treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Saints. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and CD, the Bengals. Well, they're officially no fluke. Champions of the AFC for a second consecutive year.
And how about the Cincinnati Bengals franchise? Before last year, they did not won a playoff game since January of 1991. They are now 0-3 in Super Bowls with the loss last year to the Rams. 2 previously to Joe Montana 49ers in the 1980s, looking to get their first championship in this one.
Meanwhile, for the New Orleans Saints, what a ride this year under Dennis Allen. He takes over for Sean Payton, instills what seemed to be a new sense of purpose in his players, and they find themselves in the big game for just the second time in franchise history.
Partner, you've got to tip your hat to them because we remember that string of really tough playoff losses, but how about this franchise persevering? They had a sensational draft, an even better offseason, and they gelled as a unit, and now they have a chance to hoist the Golden Trophy for a second time.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott down.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Willis. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on fourth down. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. Yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. First down throw for Prescott.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Prescott.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Max Crosby from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run here with Singletary. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 0-0 our score. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Seibert's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And from the 25 they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
70 Rangers.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
reception. Here's Prescott.
This one swung outside to Strong.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
2nd down, Willis looks to throw here. And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Swift.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Willis. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Willis on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him, but forced that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Willis, 4th down here. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
throwing. Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Haven't been a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 9, Willis. He'll get this off to Swift. Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. Third down, it's Willis. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Willis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Here's Strong to begin the drive. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That's what I love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now, option right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for them. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
46.
Singletary here running out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 2nd down throw coming by Willis. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Swift on the counter. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now Willis to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Willis got to have this one. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Willis will look to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line.
To the air on first down, here's Willis.
And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end, Andrews. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So the illegal forward pass also costs them a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
70 Rangers.
Second down, here's Willis.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Willis wants to pass it again.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Myers' kick is good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing, Willis.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And they will take a knee here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
60 down. Cut my team. Cut my team.
And he is in as they have tied it right here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Now the biggest extra point of this man's life. And it is good, and his guys have taken the lead in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Prescott. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Dak. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's going to have a first down as he's out of bounds to stop the clock. With just under 20 seconds to go.
18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Prescott.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions.